Hello, dear teachers. My name is Natalia Chobish. I'm a teacher of English I've been teaching English for more than 15 years, and from those for around 10 years or 7, I've been working online with Skype and other applications. As far as now, we are all in Europe facing quarantine. That's quite important to know how actually to have this access to classes online. So this is a masterclass, especially for you today. And first of all, feel free always, if you've got any questions, to contact me via Instagram. I will leave all the links there. To our Instagram page, to the website of my school, of my own online school, which is called Being Powerful Language Club. And the website is plclub.com. Or you can access our Instagram page, which would be then _Ingles. And you may enjoy everything that we've got there and write any messages there. So, and now we are starting our masterclass, and I've prepared a list of questions here for you, and we will start with the basics. I'm sure all of you know how to install Skype and use it in your daily basis, because all of us in this world of globalization have some friends abroad friends or even family abroad who we are talking online. And still, I would like to start with basics that probably somebody doesn't know, probably use some other applications or something like that. So let's start with the basics. Have a little bit of patience, those who know that already. We will get to the most interesting part very soon. And first of all, how to install Skype. That's completely easy. You just need to enter Google and put there in the search box like Skype and choose whatever first appears. Install Skype, and you just install a simple Skype. You don't pay anything. You install a simple Skype application to your computer or to your mobile phone. It exists for any kind of device. You just basically do that. You just install. And then as soon as the application is installed, you start working with it. You will need to either create a new email address, because this is the main thing for creating your own Skype account. So you either create a new email address, which I actually recommend, or you use already the one that you've got. So now a little bit about why you should create a new one. I would recommend for your classes, for your students, to create a separate Skype login and a separate email. This way you will always have access to your work stuff, and you will not need to search for your students among all the friend lists that you've got. And even when you add someone to preferences as like favorites from people, again, the list will not be too big, so it will make you more productive and your work kind of easier. So you create Skype, you've done it all, that's very good. And then the next step, you need to add people. Normally, it's better to add people through their email address that is connected to their Skype name. Well, ask your students always their Skype name and their email that they're using. It's quite easy to know. If they don't remember it, they just need to enter their Skype page and it will be in the settings, it will be there. Underneath their photo, it will be their nick, their name that they're using, and the email address. So you add students, and then if you are working not so much with private classes but more with groups of students, you will need to create a group, which is also not from another world, and it's quite handy. You just go to the bar on top and you see the word contacts. You put there contacts. You will have several things about there, and you choose another step. You choose create a group, and you create a group. You add students already that exist on your Skype page into that group. Or simply, you can make a call to one of the students, let's say the leader of the group. You make a call to him and you start adding people. There will be a little plus underneath in the little bar. You put that plus and you see add people. So you start adding people. In Skype conference, you can add at about 10 people at a time in a group, so feel free and you can give these classes. So everything is prepared, groups are created, everything is done. Now what you need to do, you need to make sure before you start working online that your internet connection is quite fast. And if it's not, then please invest in that, because without that you will not be able to work effectively online and especially giving classes to groups of students. So please take care of that. If you can't and you don't want to invest, you always have a possibility going to your school and giving classes from the office, and they surely will have good internet connection. The next thing, what can you actually do in Skype? Again, in that same plus, as soon as you make a call to a student, you can press a plus and you can see what functions you can use in Skype. It's sharing your screen, it's sending a file. Sharing your screen, it's like as soon as you press this button, the person on the other side will start seeing everything that is passing on your screen. So whatever you're doing, then you can also send files through Skype. You can send files through Skype. You can make a video message, you can create an audio message, you can write text, obviously. So all the kinds of things that may be handy for giving classes, but the thing that is mostly used is sharing the screen. Okay, so you've done it all, you know everything about how it works, and you actually start. You've checked your internet connection and you actually start. And what you need to do, you need to write to your students in advance and tell them that they will need good internet as well for them to be able to receive classes with quality. So then you start your class, you start your lesson, and the first step, you need to check how good the connection actually is exactly at this moment. So, how good the connection is. Normally what I do, I don't announce that to my students. I don't say like, guys, please see if you can hear me well, if you can see me well. Obviously you can ask that, but I prefer to do something a little bit more interactive, and I'm starting a class right away, not to lose any time. I start the class and I start something like phonetics exercising and either listening to a song or seeing some part of a movie and asking them to react to some words and phrases, clap or press the button, some kind of button, or write a plus if as soon as you hear this word, or if you hear this word, or simply just finish the phrases with a certain thing that they heard online. Then this is how you check the connection, and you right away see if they can hear well, and if they can see well, and if they react in a good way, and if it's delayed or not, which also can happen. Then, what else there? As soon as you are sure that everything is working well, you start seeing, you start actually the class itself, and either you start sharing the screen, or what do? During the class you can use the board. Yes, very good, whiteboard, and you can write lots of things there, or you can use handouts at offline class. But what about online class? How can you substitute it? With what? Well, it's quite simple, and the answer is the first one that appears in our head is that you can use share screen. Yes, that's true. Share screen. You can also share links and files and stuff like that. But here, the most important phrase would be to do it all in advance. So you need to prepare everything in advance. My recommendation is to start preparation of the next class after you finished the previous one. So as soon as you finish the class with the student, you stay a little bit more, like 2 more hours. Normally at the beginning it will take a bit longer to totally prepare the class. So you make a plan of the class, you prepare all the files that you want to send, every exercise, every grammatical topic or vocabulary topic should be done in a separate file. Or actually it's my own know-how, I'm making a presentation PowerPoint. So you make this presentation, or you prepare all the files, and you before the class, before the class, you send it to a student. The best idea is to send it right away. So you prepared it on that same day. So you send it to student's email address, not to his Skype, because in Skype he will see it only when he's online. You send to his email address and write him a message on the phone or on WhatsApp saying, "My dearest, I've sent you the information for the next class. Please, in the upcoming 2 days, try to download it and let me know if it's done." And then in about 2 days, you return to a student if he didn't say anything, and you confirm, Have you received everything? Everything's fine with that? Great. So you are done. So whatever happens after, you are prepared. You have the means to have a class. Why also PowerPoint presentation? Because in the presentation you can include already everything step by step, slide by slide. Everything is separated, very well organized. There you can add links that you need. There you can add audios, and I recommend not using links on the internet, not send a person during the class to somewhere else. I recommended it all to be included in the presentation already. Do everything. There are lots of applications, lots of programs for you to save the video, for you to save the audio files, to do whatever. But try to be prepared 100% without the need to send somebody, redirect your student to the link, because it will take the time of the class, which is precious. It will take professionalism from you. It will take dynamic from the class. And as far as you don't have this personal eye contact with the student, tete-a-tete, contact, so the dynamic is very easy to lose, and it's very difficult to get it back. So you are prepared, you've sent everything, the student confirmed, good. You are ready for the class. So during the class, whatever you do, you make games, you watch videos, you do tasks, you explain grammar, whatever you do, you've got the presentation, you either share the screen, or if this function doesn't work by any means, the student has it on his computer because he uploaded it in advance from the email and you know it for sure. And the student can follow you through that. And everything is in this presentation and everything is working. So, and class flows very well. Up to the time you actually give the home task. Home tasks should also be included in the presentation as the last but one file. Not file, slide, I'm sorry. So you put home task and you explain very well what the student needs to do. And then the last slide will be always saying goodbye with some things. Because like this, the student will see how to make presentations, how to use them in your day-to-day life, in your professional life, how to use it in English, and how to say hello and goodbye. So you will include it and you will not need to explain that, because student will, by seeing it from time to time, he will get used to that and he will start repeating it. This is how actually our neurons in our brains work, and we are not always conscious about that. So that's it. You've given the home task, you said goodbye, everything went well. So the class was amazing. Now, what to do for you to check the homework? The next class, you need to check the homework. How to do that? The key phrase for successful online classes is in advance. Do everything in advance. So the student should send you his homework done like one day before the class. And you need to check it. Then there are some teachers that actually ask the student to read it during the class. That's actually not my style, and I don't think that it's very professional. But well, it exists. The better option is when you receive it in advance, you see it, and instead of commenting on every error that the student made, instead of commenting on that during the class and losing time, you just check it and make notes. If he sent you a photo of what he written in his notebook, you can just make circles in your photo program, editing the photograph of all the errors, and then comment error 1, error 2, error 3. Either comment texting or making audio or video of yourself explaining actually his mistake. And you send this to a student without taking time of the class for checking, for explaining. And then student, you can give time to the student to see briefly and concentrate on some points some mistakes that were repeating during his homework. And you can concentrate on them and ask students, so have you got any questions to me? If everything is fine, student doesn't have questions, that's okay. If student has questions, you just answer the questions, but don't spend much more than 5 minutes of the class for that. Then student can be more prepared for the next time and make those questions next time at the beginning of the class. And that's it. Don't spend much more time with that. So that's it. Homework is done, it's checked, it's sent to the student. Student can do his mistakes corrected or her mistakes corrected. And well, that's it. That's how you work with hand task and homework. What happens if we send files to the person offline through Skype? No, it doesn't work. If we send files to people who are offline or at least out from their Skype program or their phone for some time, they will not receive them. They will not see them probably, because probably they don't have sound or something like that. So it's always better to send via email or via any other application, which is WhatsApp, Telegram, Messenger, whatever, and make sure that they've received it and they've uploaded it in advance. And then another word, in advance, I would use just, you should be online in Skype and have this green ball there close to your photo. Half an hour before the start of the class, and you write to your students right away. You switch it on half an hour before, and you write to the group of your students, hey guys, I'm here, I'm available. As soon as you can, we can start the class. Give me a call. I'm waiting for it. So that they know that they can call you. That's it, that's done. Also, you can put it in your status as far as it's an account of a Skype only for your work, your professional one. So you can put, I'm available, as soon as you are available, like half an hour before. So this way, every student of yours will know that you are actually available for the call. And that's more or less it in this. So the key word is always in advance. Prepare everything 100% in advance. Think about everything. Try not to resend people to other links, and not when you're sharing the screen, make sure that you don't need to look for files. Even if you didn't make the PowerPoint presentation, you're, for example, not very good working with it, or it takes too long for you or something, whatever. You prepared separate files, Word documents or whatever, PDF documents, but you have them opened. So you don't take too long to open them and for the student to be able to start working. So that's what I wanted to tell you. And now a little bonus. Now, as you can see, we are having almost an online class. And look, you can see me well and you can hear me well. So it makes sense for you to invest into how you look because it's online. Remember, you shouldn't be with your back to the window and phone or computer looking at you, because otherwise you will be like an angel having all that light around you, or you will be vice versa, just some kind of a figure, shadow, completely dark and bright lights behind you. So no, like this, no. The best position during the day is by the side of the window, but the best of the best would be if you find a nice background without anyone passing through and distracting the student. No bed at the back, definitely no leisure part of your house, and nothing that can distract the student from actually having the class. Either you've got some like one color wall, or you have some inscriptions like here about language, which student can't actually even read and will not really read them. And make sure that you've got additional light. If you can have 2 lamps going from 2 sides, it would be better. Like now I've got 3 on top, 1 here, so I've got lots of light on me, and I've got a window up there, so it's good. So student, you can see me well, and if you've got a microphone, they will hear you well. Obviously, you can use something like this, simple, that you use normally for your phone and which goes in the pack with the phone. Yep, but if you are going to do the classes online, not only during the quarantine, but also afterwards, so just please don't be greedy and invest in yourself. It would result, because good sound is really important and really professional. Okay, so this part is explained, and try to appear well. So at least the part that students see should be well arranged. So even sometimes you can be wearing your swim trunks, but they don't see actually. But the top part should be well done. You are a teacher. That's it. No run away from that. One more thing. I received a question recently from a very active learner in this sense, colleague of mine who I like a lot, and actually my former boss and a friend and everything. She asked me, come on, but Tasha, what to do if your Skype fails? There will be so many people working online with the studies that Skype may fail. Yes, it may. For that, you've got more things, more applications to be used. First of all, what you can do, if video fails, you can still use audio, plus you've sent the document. The student can follow you very well through your presentation. That's why I'm commercializing PowerPoint presentations in this sense. So a presentation, and you can continue with the audio, or you can continue with video messages. So you can make a video of yourself and send it to a student, and student will be seeing video, seeing your presentation and doing something like that. What else? You can substitute Skype by other application. Either it's WhatsApp video, where you also can have group calls, or Telegram. In Telegram you can create your own channel, or you can use a simple messaging like WhatsApp, for example, and there also you have a possibility of using group calls, or a more professional network, which is Zoom, ZOOM.US. Zoom.us. This is a website. This is something like Skype, but it's Zoom. And basic thing, which is free of charge, basic program, is very basic, and may not have share screen or something like that, but as soon as you invest just a little bit in it, you can create bigger classes. It has normally better connection, and I've enjoyed pretty much working with it when I've been working with Skype classes and Zoom classes. So, and there are lots of advantages of it. It's working better, yeah, it's more professional, yes, but at the same time, it's not very popular, so your students will not know it. And if you've got like some teenagers in your class, it will be difficult. They will not want to start reading something, how to upload the program, and then upload the program and see how to use it. So it would be quite boring for them. So that may interfere with your classes and with the quality of those. But still, if Skype doesn't work, this is a good option, good substitution there. I think basically I've answered every question that may have appeared. If you have any questions, please contact me. PL Club, PL/club.com. This is our website. Our Instagram page is @b_ingles. And there you've got personal messages that me and my partner will read and will respond to you accordingly. So good luck with your online classes, and I'm sure it will work and you will enjoy doing that, because you will not be completely stuck to the space, to the hour, and it can be really pleasant to work online, and you will be developing yourself as well. It's modern, it's more progressive and more pleasant even sometimes. Have a good day and success in your work. See you online. Bye.